But if we then come to the next question, because it interlinks with this, I mean, if you look at the current materials available, one of the biggest fibers today is polyesters.
Mm.
And when people are talking about recycled polyesters, it doesn't exist in my mind. I mean, recycled polyesters is taking PET bottles those PET bottles can be recycled over and over again. And
As
what,
bottles again, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So those bottles can be recycled over and over. But when you take those bottles and make them into a fleece jacket, then all of a sudden you can't recycle it again because it's colored, and it also often contains different type of polymers. So then you need to break it down into monomers or oligomers, and then you need to purify it and then recombine it again, so polymerize it again, which means very high purities in order to do that.
mm,
So polyesters, today there are companies out there like Circ and Ambercycle and others that are working on these solutions of actually using textile to textile polyester recycling. With that, I would agree. I would say, yeah, this is good solutions. If you then take the next big category of fibers, that would be cotton.
mm,
Then you have normal cotton, which is coming from, I don't know, from all different kind of areas in the world, and you have slave laborers and have whatnot. And then the other one is a BCI, Better Cotton Initiatives, and then you have organic cotton. All those three are using a lot of water, a lot of pesticides, and a lot of fertilizers. So, BCI and organic is somewhat better than, let's say, traditional cotton, but it's not good.
mm.
Look at the Aral Sea. I mean, it's gone. And you have a lot of environmental problems and environmental pollutions because of the pesticides and the fertilizers. So when we are out there looking, especially in the Western world, we're looking after, cotton. Cotton is a good material. Organic cotton, it sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
But in,
that's what they tell us, right? Like,
yeah,
I mean, organic
that
cotton
is,
to me is about less toxic chemicals. It's better for soil. It's not allergenic. You don't get
yeah,
allergy.
but that would be the pesticides again that is causing
Okay,
these
but you're
allergies.
saying that's not necessarily completely true.
Yeah, correct. I mean, it actually uses fertilizers and pesticides, still using a lot of water. So that's one thing. The other thing is that when you talk to cotton traders, they basically say organic cotton and BCI, it's very difficult to follow that value chain. It's being
Hmm.
mixed in and everywhere, and all of a sudden, also traditional cotton all of a sudden ends up as organic cotton and BCI. I think there is more. I heard someone saying there's more organic cotton being sold than produced.
How how is that
Correct.
possible?
Yeah, no, exactly. How's that possible? So, so we're talking about, what I'm trying to say here is that what we need to do is to stay true, because
Mm,
in the end, what we're trying to do is to save the planet. And when we then saying, yeah, we'll do it a little bit like this and so forth, and we greenwash it a little bit.
mm,
The point I'm trying to make is, the brands, they should take a step forward and say, no, I will do what's right.
mm.
And I will actually change my composition in my fiber mix.
Yeah.
Because today they're saying, well, it's difficult to do this because of, and it's profit over planet
Mm.
in many cases.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I think is a challenge for us consumers, because I guess and we'll go into the renew cell technology a bit, but that literally reuses the cellulosa of the cotton that was once the jeans and so on, right? And then repurposes it in a very, very good way without spilling out, like in the case with polyester or uh, microplastics into the oceans and stuff like that. That really is a sustainable and a recyclable thing. And I'd also say like the source is a very large source that old worn out clothes, so you
Mm.
can really recycle it. But as a consumer, until I met discussed this with you a little bit on the phone and right now, my impression was that there's been a lot of progress already made by the brands, and so I'm just wondering, like, is there any way for one of the brands or maybe the technology providers like the Renew Cell to change the perception of actually what is and what is not sustainable, like what you're saying right now with organic and polyester, especially recycling polyester, which I believe is used in a lot of training exercise clothing from, I won't mention any names because most brands probably already use these things, but you're claiming they're not environmentally feasible or sustainable. Why aren't we aware of it as consumers?
Yeah, why aren't we aware? I mean, I think I think it's a complex issue. That and also if you look at textiles today, they're being mixed with all different kind of fibers. So you could have polyester fibers together with cotton, together with viscose, and so forth and so on. So that is, of course, making it difficult.
Mm,
Um, the other one is that I think we should have some kind of a label on textiles saying this amount of this textile was actually recycled. And again, I'm in favor of easy, clear, uh, let's say, messages. So if you would buy then a polyester shirt, and it says, yeah, this polyester shirt has 10% recycled in
mm,
it, then it should not be recycled polyester bottles. It should be recycled polyester from textiles. So
yeah,
recycling is about textile to textile recycling.
yeah, yeah. You forget that very easily because
Yeah,
it says, and it sounds so good when it says like this T-shirt was made out of 5 bottles.
yeah,
You're like, oh, amazing.
yeah. But the problem with that is that you're taking out polyester bottles out of system that is circular,
Mm,
and then you need to pump in oil into that system in order to have the amount that you need.